Buenas and half a day. This virtual Committee on Rules meeting is now called to order. For the record, today is Friday, December 4th, 2020, and the time is now 11:16 a.m. Just a few housekeeping items. The host of this hearing will mute all participants until called on by the chair. When called to speak, please ensure that you're unmuted and speaking clearly into your microphone. All members must abide by rules of conduct and quality assurance standards, including but not limited to using a desktop or laptop computer with a webcam and microphone, broadcasting from a quiet room with adequate lighting, little to no interruptions, and ensuring that the participant's face is visible and not backlit. Wearing proper attire, using only respectful and professional language and conduct, and not utilizing virtual backgrounds for the duration of the meeting. Our core director, Ms. Mary Maravilla, will now call the roll of members. Mary?
Chair Bisco-Lee.
Buenas, Baiguette.
Legislative Secretary Shelton.
Half a day.
Speaker Barnes. Vice Speaker Nelson. Senator Kelly Marsh Titano.
I was actually off often than on, but anyways, Hungen Estegui.
Senator Perez.
Here.
Senator Rogel. Senator San Augustine. Senator Jose Pito Terlahi.
Yeah.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi.
You too.
Senator Moylan.
Here.
Senator Torres.
You too.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
This is Nancy, Ms. Maravilla. Does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present?
So moved.
Moved by Senator Torres and seconded by Senator Shelton. On the motion to excuse members not present, Ms. Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Lee.
Hungen.
Vice Chair Shelton.
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excused. Vice Speaker Nelson, excused. Senator Titano.
Hungen.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi.
Good.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi.
Okay.
Senator Moylan.
Aye.
Senator Torres.
Again.
Masi colleagues, the motion received 8 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. I'll give a couple of minutes to review the quorum minutes for November 12th, 2020, our meeting minutes, which can be found in the Google Drive folder for this meeting titled 01 Meeting Minutes. And then we'll accept a motion to ratify the minutes for November 12th.
Madam Chair, I move to ratify the minutes of November 12th.
Second.
Ratify by Senator Shelton, seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Ms. Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee.
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton.
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano.
Hungen.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Rigel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi.
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi.
Okay.
Senator Moylan.
Aye.
Senator Torres.
Again.
Sudos Masi, Ms. Maravilla, and colleagues, the motion received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. We'll now move on to core business and document tracking. So the first item of core business is an update on document tracking. Our legislative secretary, Senator Amanda Shelton, will now provide her report, which can be found in the Google Drive folder 02 Legislative Secretary Report. Senator Shelton?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Hafaday colleagues. The Legislative Secretary report to date is as follows. Appointments by the governor. There are 229 total appointments submitted by Governor Lou Leon Guerrero to date. In our November 2020 session, we confirmed 7 appointments. We have confirmed a total of 194 appointments in this term. Of the remaining 35 appointments, some have been withdrawn, some are pending confirmation. However, no pending appointments have extended beyond the authorized 90-day term limit. There are 4 zone change requests at this time and no new requests. We have received 16 proposed rules and regulations. 9 of the 16 have had their public hearings. Siduos Masi, Madam Chair.
Hagmas, Secretary Shelton. The next item of business is the ratification of referrals. The referrals of bills, resolutions, and appointments are indicated in each of the corresponding logs, which can be found in our Google Drive folder 03 legislative item logs. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of bills? There's been a motion by Senator Shelton, seconded by Senator Joseph Augustine. Ms. Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee.
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton.
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Kelly Marsh Titano.
Again.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Rigel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi.
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi.
Pass.
Senator Moylan.
Aye.
Senator Torres.
Again.
Senator Terlahi.
I'm gonna have to vote no. Thank you.
Those Masi colleagues, the motion received 8 ayes, 1 nay, motion carries. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of appointments? Moved by Senator Shelton, seconded by Senator Joseph Augustine. Ms. Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee.
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton.
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano.
Again.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Rigel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi.
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi.
Again.
Senator Moylan.
Aye.
Senator Torres.
Again.
Sudos Masi colleagues, the motion received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of resolutions? Moved by
Yes,
Senator,
Madam Chair.
thank you. Moved by Senator Shelton, seconded by Senator Joseph Augustine. Ms. Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Ongen.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excused absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excused absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rigel, excused absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
The motion received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. We'll now move on to our session agenda, the consideration of eligible items for placement on our session agenda for December. Since our November meeting, committee reports for the following items have been duly filed and met Committee on Rules committee report deadline. Those include Bill number 6, 11, 46, 56, 69, 71, 98, 148, 168, 185, 219, 260, 262, 263, 312, 314, 327, 338, 353, 373, 396, 400, 415, and resolutions 324, 335. The nominations that are cleared for session agenda consideration include the nomination of Frank P. Areola to serve as a member of the Guam Community College Board of Trustees, Dr. Luis G. Cruz, MD, to serve as a member of the Guam Board of Medical Examiners, Dr. Scott R. Shea to serve as a member of the Guam Board of Medical Examiners, and Christine M. Wolke to serve as a member of the Hagåtña Restoration and Redevelopment Authority Board of Commissioners. I'll now recognize our legislative secretary to add bills to the session agenda. Senator Shelton, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I would like to mention for the record, Bill 301, it has not been filed yet, but it is being routed right now, the committee report. I intend to place it on the session agenda. Bill number 301-35, an act to add a new Article 9 to Chapter 77, Division 2, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to authorizing certain tax credits for required medical equipment and electronic health record system for the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority, authored by myself, Senator Therese M. Terlahi, Speaker Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, Vice Speaker Talina Cruz Nelson, Senator Joe S. San Augustine, William M. Castro, Senator Clinton E. Rigel, Senator Kelly Marsh Titano, PhD, Senator James C. Moylan, and Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. And
Duly.
also, thank you very much. Also, I intend to move Bill number 416-35. The committee report is also being routed, authored by myself, by Senator Joe San Augustine, and Speaker Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, an act to add a new Article 13 to Chapter 2 of Division 1, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the establishment of the Senior Citizens Housing Task Force Act of 2020.
Thank you,
Yes.
Senator Shelton.
Thank
So
you
that's
very much.
301 and 416.
Yes.
Did you also have bills to move for the speaker?
Yes, I can mention the speaker's bills. Give me a moment. For the speaker, these were previously on the November previously on the November session was Bill number 400. And let me read the title of that. Bill 400-35, authored by Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, an act to make appropriations necessary to safeguard the public health of the people of Guam by amending Public Law number 35-99. And then also Bill number 402.
I'm sorry, Senator, if we could just do Bill 400, we'll go ahead and go through the motions and vote on that, and then we can move on.
Yes,
So,
of course.
thank you. There's been a motion by Senator Shelton to place Bill 400 on the session agenda. Do I see a second? Seconded by Senator Jose and Augustine. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Ms. Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excused absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excused absence. Senator Marsh Titano.
Again.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Rajel, excused absence. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Tilahi.
Again, before we move forward, Madam Speaker, can I move Bill 222 to the session agenda? Hello, Nan. I'm on session right now.
Senator Lahi, let me just complete the list of bills from Senator Shelton, and then we'll move on, and I'll give you an opportunity to move that. Go ahead, Mary.
Senator Jose Pito Tilahi.
He voted yes.
Again,
Senator Therese M. Tilahi.
Again.
Senator Moylan.
Aye.
Senator Torres.
Again.
Sudosmasi colleagues, the motion to place Bill 400 received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Senator. Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you very much.
I'm not sure if you heard that. I might have been on mute. But that motion received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Senator Shelton.
Think you very much. And for the record, these next two bills have not had committee reports up online yet, but these are two bills of the speaker that she intends to move on the session floor to add to the agenda, and that is Bill number 402-35 COR, authored by Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, an act to authorize the extension of the term of the lease between the Department of Parks and Recreation and the Guam Football Soccer Association for a term of up to 20 years. And the second is Bill number 51-35 COR, authored by Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Jose Pito Tilahi, Amanda L. Shelton, Regine Bisco-Lee, an act to add a new section 80.39.2D to Article 2, Chapter 80, Title 9, Guam Code Annotated, relative to preventing the provisions in the Justice Safety Valve Act from applying to offenses involving sexual contact with minors.
Sudosmasi, Madam Secretary, did you have additional bills to move for Senator Clint?
Yes, and I have two bills for Senator Clint Rajel, and these are a similar situation as the previous two. They are pending their committee reports and will be added on the floor. So the first is Bill number 426-35 COR, authored by Senator Kelly Marsh Titano, an act to amend Section 3115 of Chapter 3, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to clarifying the appointment process of the Director of the Department of Parks and Recreation. And the second bill for Senator Rajel is Bill number 405-35 COR, authored by Senator Regine Bisco-Lee, an act relative to establishing a task force to explore the feasibility of creating a groundwater conservation area on select Government of Guam properties which overlay a portion of the northern Guam Lens aquifer wherein no production wells shall be installed and no development shall occur.
Mrs. Mossy, Senator Shelton.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Senator Pito? Oh, Senator Therese Terlahi, you're recognized.
Sorry, yeah, the feed got choppy. Can you just repeat the number of the first bill for Senator Rajel that you read? The number. Sorry, one more time.
426.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're recognized.
Sorry, Madam Chair, you were freezing up. Can you repeat that?
Sorry, Senator Pito, you're recognized.
Other than, Madam Chair, other than Bill 222-35 COR, actually, Bill 340-35 COR is pending committee report, but I'd like to move it forward to the session floor.
Okay, duly noted. So we'll just take a note of Bill 222 and Bill 340 that are still being routed with committee reports. Thank you very much, Senator Pito.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator Kelly Marsh-Titano, you're recognized.
Ms. Mossy, Madam Chair. So the first bill, and this one has been submitted, but it has not yet been filed to my understanding, is bill number 417-35 COR, Acton Manhita Zan Manafa Mamaulik, an act to add a new Article 5 to Chapter 50, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing the Guam Intra-Regional Commerce Commission. And then there is also bill number 295-35 COR, and it also has been submitted, but is not yet filed. It is an act to amend subsection 77114 of Chapter 77, Title 21, Guam Code Annotated, relative to safeguarding the Public Recreation Services Fund.
Senator Moylan, you're recognized.
Sorry, just for Senator Kelly Marsh, was that 295? I didn't hear it well either. I'm sorry.
417 and 295. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Joseph Augustine, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add Bill 219 that was on the November session. Bill 219 is amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriation Housing, and myself, co-sponsored by Senator Will Castro, Senator Clinton Rogel, and Chapter 7 of Title 17, Guam Code Annotated, and to amend Section 5008.2 of Sub-Article A, Article 1, Chapter 5, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to strengthening the purchase or back renewable and Guam community college and University of Guam. I'd like to add that to the session floor.
There's been a motion to place Bill 219, and is that as substituted? Senator, oh shoot, I think we might have lost him. I believe that was as substituted.
Substituted by the committee again? That's what I wanted to ask also.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Senator Joe. If we could just get clarification on Bill 219, is that as substituted by the committee or as substituted on the floor?
Well, I'm going to substitute it when the bill gets on the floor because we made the adjustment based on all the amendments that was introduced.
Understood.
I don't want to
Okay.
introduce a substitute yet until we get to the floor because we want to make sure we get it upline so that everybody's good to go and sees it.
So just Masi. Do I hear a second on Bill 219? Seconded by Senator Mary Camacho Torres. Any discussion on Bill 219? Seeing or hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rajal, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again,
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
So just Masi colleagues, the motion to place Bill 219 as substituted received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Senator Joe San Augustine, you're recognized.
thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to also mention that we have several bills, exactly 4 right now, that's being routed. I'll give the numbers, but unless you want me to also identify the exact title of the bill.
Just the number
If
is
you
fine.
want- Okay, well, bill number 377-35, that's introduced by Minority Leader Senator Tello Tadiwi. That's being routed right now. Just to let you know, that has to deal with the AG Attorney General's office. And then we have bill 368, which is introduced by the speaker and co-sponsored by Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. That's being packaged and getting ready to be routed. That has to do with the tobacco stamp tax. And then we also have bill number 268-35, introduced by Senator Kelly Marsh Titano. That's the one with the recognizing our Chamorro ancestors. That's being routed at this time. We also have bill number 340-35, introduced by yourself, Madam Chair, and that has to do with the RISE program. Those are being routed at this time. They're being packaged and routed. The other bills, so my colleagues understand, we haven't gotten the legal review. Once we get them, we'll package them and we'll send them out as fast as possible so we can catch the remaining of our last session, which is in December. All right, Madam Chair.
Just Masi for the update, Senator San Augustine. Senator Sabina Paris, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill 314-35 on the session agenda. And it's an act to amend section 34.10, 34.30, 34.40, and 34.50, all of chapter 34, title 9, Guam Code annotated relative to the prevention and prosecution of wildfires as a threat to persons, property, and the environment.
So
I'm
just
sorry,
Masi, Senator Sabina, that's 314 as introduced,
as amended.
as amended by the committee.
And it's LS. If I mentioned COR, it's actually LS.
Okay, thank you. On the motion to place Bill 314, do we have a second? Seconded by
second.
Senator Therese Terlahi. Any discussion on Bill 314 as amended? Seeing and hearing none. Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Senator Nelson, Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rajal, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again,
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi, Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Suzus Masi colleagues, the motion to place Bill 314 onto the session agenda received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Senator Paris.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I'd like to place on the session agenda Bill 185-35 COR as amended by the Committee of Health, Tourism, Historic Preservation, Land and Justice. It's a bill authored by myself and co-sponsored by Senator Luis Muñoz, Senators James Moylan, Joseph Augustine, Amanda Shelton, Mary Torres, Teletai Tigui, Kelly Marsh Taitano, Regine Bisco-Lee, and Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. It's an act to amend and renumber section 70.01 through 70.11 of Article 1, Chapter 70, Title 9, Guam Code Annotated, to amend section 34111 of Article 1, Chapter 34, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, and section 3119A of Part 3, Chapter 3, Title 9, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations, and to repeal section 34112, 34120, and 34205, Chapter 34, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, and to repeal Section 3116B and C of Part 3 and Part 6 of Chapter 3, Title 9, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations relative to establishing Protecting Animal Welfare and Safety Act, also known as PUCWA's Law, increasing civil liabilities and criminal sentences, creating new criminal charges for employers and individuals, and repealing previous protections for landowners from trespass and amending previous protections from animal attacks.
There's been a motion to place Bill 185. Sorry, Senator Sabina, was that as introduced or as substituted?
As substituted. Yeah. It'll be
Do I hear
substituted on the floor.
on Bill 185?
To clarify, it will be substituted on the floor, you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Okay.
It'll be substituted on the floor.
Do I hear a second for Bill 185?
A second.
Seconded by Senator Therese Terlahi. Any discussion? Seeing or hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Pass.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absent. Senator Marsh Taitano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rajel, excuse absence. Senator Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi, sorry, Senator, you're on mute. Senator Pito,
Again.
thank you. Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Senator Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again. The motion received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Moving on, Senator Therese Terlahi, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would move Bill 353 COR. It's an act to authorize the Guam Visitors Bureau to expend all funds available in the rainy day fund for the remaining fiscal year 2020. I don't know if this title's been changed, but it says 2020 here. Yeah. And that's one. Yeah.
Sorry, Senator Therese, can you just restate the bill number?
Bill 353, yes, 353 COR, 353-35 COR.
Thank you. And Mary, that was filed? I just wanted to,
Yes,
okay, great,
it's on the agenda.
great. Senator Therese Terlahi has moved 353. Do I hear a second on 353? Senator Shelton? Any discussion on Bill 353? Seeing and hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again,
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Riddell, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Okay.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Okay.
to Dismasi colleagues, the motion to place Bill 353 received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Senator Terlahi, you're recognized.
Thank you. I'd like to move Bill 396. That's 396-35 COR. It's an act to approve the terms and conditions to refund all or a portion of the Government of Guam hotel occupancy tax refund, tax revenue bonds, Series 2011A.
Thank you, Senator. And that's 396 as introduced or as introduced? Do I hear a second on 393 or 396? Sorry.
Madam Chair, before you move on, is as amended, is this on the agenda? It's 396 as amended by the committee. Just make sure.
Yeah,
it's
sorry, it is
proper.
as amended, right?
As amended.
That's correct.
Thank
That's
you.
correct.
Thank you for clarifying, Senator San Augustine. And is that a second?
Oh, yes, yes, I'll second that, not a problem.
Okay. Sidos Masi. Any discussion on 396? Seeing or hearing none, Director Maravilla?
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Riddell, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Sidos Masi colleagues, Bill 396 as amended received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Thank you, Senator Terlahi. I'll now recognize Senator.
Senator, yeah, I'd also like to just mention Bill number 316, which is relative to audits. That is being routed. That's my understanding.
316.
Yeah, I believe Senator, correct. Yeah, and I believe Senator Perez wasn't done when you recognized me. So
Yeah, I was about to move to place a bill on behalf of you, Madam
Senator
Chair.
Cedeno, we each have 2 bills to place, and you already placed your 2 bills. So we've heard your priority.
I was going to place Bill 373 on behalf of you. So if you would like me to continue with that.
Senator Shelton has a spot, so I'm going to recognize her once we're done. We just want to make sure that we're following the rules and everybody's placing their 2 priority bills. I'll recognize Senator Mary Camacho Torres at this time. Senator Mary, do you have any bills that you'd like to place?
Yes, I'd like to move to place Bill 415-34 COR on the session agenda. This is a bill introduced by myself. It's an act to appropriate $50,000 from the unexpended funds of my office to the Department of Administration, and to further authorize the transfer of the $50,000 from the general fund appropriation in Chapter 5 of Public Law 3599 relative to conducting a study of all positions covered under the nurse pay plan. I'd like to move this onto the session agenda, please.
Thank you, Senator Torres. That's Bill 415 as introduced.
Yes, it's introduced.
This Mossy. Is there a second on Bill 415? Senator Jim Moylan? Any discussion on 415? Seeing or hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Hungan.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rangel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pedro Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Thank you, colleagues. Bill 415 received 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Senator Torres, you're recognized.
Thank you. I just want to also indicate that I intend to pursue Bill 312-35 COR, which is substituted by the Committee on Public Accountability and Human Resources in the Guam Buildup, which was introduced by myself and Speaker Barnes. This bill was set aside in the November session. It's an act relative to authorizing the Civil Service Commission to null and void personnel actions which are in violation of existing rules and regulations, and to establishing penalties for public officials who unjustifiably refuse to cooperate with such investigation, and also relative to removing the application of the 90-day rule, and is relative to the enforcement of the Civil Service Commission orders, and to requiring the transmittal of rules and regs to the Guam legislature. And I just intend to pursue this again in the upcoming session as it was set aside in the November session.
Okay, Senator Torres, I believe that the committee report for that bill has already been filed. It was already on a previous session agenda, so we can, if that's your intention, we can move forward with the motion to place now.
Yes, so I would like to move to place it on the session agenda as it was
Okay.
set aside in November. Thank you.
Second.
And that's Bill 312. There's been a motion to place by Senator Torres, seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Any discussion on Bill 312? Hi, Senator Titano.
Yeah, if I can ask, is it going to be further substituted or amended according to your plans for it, just so we understand where it's at?
No, I'm going to resume with the bill as introduced. And if anything, I can, provide additional testimony if necessary to address any concerns that may have arisen. But it is as introduced.
Mr. Dusmasi for the clarification.
Thank you. Any other discussion on 312? If not, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Pass.
Senator Perez,
Pass.
Senator Rangel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pedro Terlahi,
Again. Por favor.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Yes, sorry, I forgot to raise this earlier, but so the introduced version, meaning none of the amendments that we put on the floor will be incorporated.
I believe, Madam Chair, that in the process of setting aside bills, that it stays active on the agenda. And I didn't even expect that we had to move to place it on the agenda. I believe that the set aside is simply for it to be taken upon at any time during the 35th legislative session, as I understand. So I was merely expressing to the body that I intend to bring it up, continue again in the December session. It is also my understanding that the amendments, whatever status we are on, is just a continuation. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe that anything has changed about what was filed and what was there, and any discussion on the record remains a part of the record. So in other words, it's not a restart, say like in other instances where bills were withdrawn and then reintroduced. This is just a continuation, a set aside, and a resumption of discussion. Is that a correct understanding, Madam Chair, of the rules?
Yes, ma'am.
That's correct.
So it's already on the agenda. Why are we voting on it then? Now I'm confused. Madam Chair, you said that it had to be voted on earlier.
We're voting to place it, and as we have with all the other bills, but during our discussion on the floor and when we agreed to set this as well as some of these other bills, Bill 400 aside, we had made an agreement that that's how it would move forward. And so this is, again, it's part of our process. And so we're going forward with the process.
Okay, no, but
Middle of the vote,
I agree with Senator Torres that if there's some kind of rule that says that the bills remain on the agenda, then we shouldn't have to vote for them to be placed again. That's why I'm confused, because you've made us vote on 2 bills now that are already, according to you right now, on the agenda. So I just want clarification of that. Are they on the agenda regardless of our vote, or does it depend on our vote right now?
If I may comment, what I believe we're doing right now for expediency's sake, and understanding that this is the last session and the agenda is going to likely be voluminous, anyone who has a set aside bill that they'd like to place on the agenda, to be certain that everybody is aware it's on there, is doing so right now. And that's why I didn't object to us agreeing to have it on the agenda, knowing that we have placed 8 and we have another 12 in the wings. So I believe that us agreeing to place it there is just for a matter of indicating that it is in fact going to be addressed, as a previous set aside. It is going to be addressed at this agenda and clearly on the file for everyone to understand that it's going to be addressed now. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's I believe because some set asides may never get picked up again, and so with Senator
Torres, and I just want to be clear and clarify for the record that we're in the middle of the vote at this point. So we had an opportunity for discussion. There was a discussion point raised by Senator Taitino. We asked for additional discussion at that time. So we need to move forward with the vote. Director Maravilla, please continue.
Well, I'm raising a point of order, Madam Chair, obviously, because in previous rules meetings, we have voted to place items on the agenda, even though they were set aside at previous sessions. And we've recreated the agenda during the Committee on Rules meetings. And and then you this morning, had us vote on another bill that was also set aside, as if we are recreating the agenda. And that, it makes a difference because it depends on which version of the bill we are going to be voting on. Or whether it's
right. Senator Torres had mentioned that this would be the bill as introduced, and that's the motion that we are voting on currently. So if we could please have your vote.
I'm just pointing out that motion is different. That motion is different than her discussion that it should be the one version as amended on the floor with those amendments intact. So, all right. So on that vote, then I vote no if it's introduced. And
Mary,
Go ahead.
please continue.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again,
Senator Marsh Titano,
Aye.
Senator Perez,
Aye.
Thank you, colleagues. The motion to place Bill 312 received 6 ayes, 3 nays. Motion fails. Senator Torres, you're recognized.
nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Jim Moylan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to place on session agenda item number 1 on our agenda, which is Bill 6-35 LS as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing, sponsored by Senator Tello Taitigui. It's an act to repeal subsection 8172 of Article 1, Chapter 8, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated. This is relative to the responsible use of taxpayer funds through the elimination of automatic retirement benefits for elected Guam governors and lieutenant governors and their survivors. Move to place that on session agenda, Madam Chair.
Masi, Senator Moylan, do I hear a second?
May I ask what bill number? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Bill 6, item number 1 on session agenda.
Again, on the motion to place Bill 6 as amended by the committee, introduced by Senator Tello. Is there a second?
Yes, second.
Motion to place by Senator Moylan, seconded by Senator Therese Terlahi. Any discussion? Seeing or hearing none. Director
Madam Chair, I have a comment to make about that bill specifically. I think that was discussed at one point that it may infringe into the separation, or I don't know. I'm not in support of it, but okay, never mind. We'll just move along and I'll just vote on adding it on. Not adding it. Thank you.
Senator Kelly, did you have a discussion?
Oh, at that time, I was still looking it up since we're on Bill 400 and whatever. It took me a while to get to number 6. So I just wanted to be able to see the number in the title for myself to verify everything, but I've been able to do that now. So Madam Chair.
Thank you. If there are no other discussion points, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco Lee,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Pass.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Aye.
Senator Perez,
I'm good.
Senator Rigel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
No. Thank you.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. Sorry, Senator, can you repeat?
No. Aye.
Senator Therese Terlahi,
Okay.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Masi, colleagues, I believe the motion to place bill number 6 received 4 ayes, 5 nays, 3 excused absence. Motion fails. Senator Moylan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, may I ask a question also? I'll be introducing bills, just mentioning other bills also for Senator Castro and Senator Luis and myself. Just as I mentioned, with this count against my 2, I just have one more to add to the agenda, but there will be several others for the other senators just to mention to be discussed on session floor. Is that possible?
So you have no bills placed at this point, so you can select 2 of any of those to move forward.
Okay.
So
Are we counting like just motioning also?
No.
Motioning?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And
So the next.
Just a point of information for my colleagues that I received after the fact. Bill 6 didn't receive the feedback from legal on the issue that I believe the speaker brought up last Committee on Rules meeting. And so I just wanted to add that as a point of information for all of the members of CORE. Go ahead, Senator Moylan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wish to move to place Bill number 5635, which is item on our agenda, item number 4, onto session agenda, and Bill 5635 Core as substituted and amended by the Committee on Environmental Revenue and Taxation and Procurement, sponsored by Senator Tello Taitagui and Senator William Castro. It's an act to add a new Article 4 to Chapter 12, Division 1, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated. This is relative to creating a task force to review information, conduct and feasibility study, and develop recommendations concerning submarine cables. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Masi, Senator Moylan, on Bill 56 as substituted and amended by the committee, do I hear a second?
I second.
Seconded by Senator Sabina Paris. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Biscoli,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes excused absence, Vice Speaker Nelson excused absence, Senator Marsh Taitsino,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rigel excused absence, Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi, Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Okay.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Aye.
Masi, colleagues, the motion to place Bill 56 received 8 ayes, 1 nay. Motion carries. Senator Moylan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The following bills are just for mention to be put on the floor during session agenda. The first one is Bill number 9935, Core. That's an act to amend 89.13A and 89.13B of Chapter 89, Title 9, Guam Code Annotated. It's relative to the electronic monitoring of sex offenders and on probation or parole. And that was sponsored by me. That's just a motion we'll be adding that onto the session floor. The next one will be Bill number 6235 Core, sponsored by Senator William Castro. This is the Homeland Security and Emergency Management Modernization Act of 2019, an act to add a new Article 13.1 to Title 5 of GCA Chapter 1, Division 1 to create a new Guam Office of Homeland Security, and further to amend Title 10, Chapter 65 as well. The following one is Bill number 30235.
I apologize, Senator Moylan. That was Bill 62 that you were mentioning for Senator Castro. Just want to make sure I have the right number.
Yes, Madam Chair, 62-35 Core.
Please proceed.
Thank you. The next one is Bill number 30235 Core, as introduced by Senator Luis B. Muñoz. That's an act to add a new subsection 18903 to Article 9 of Chapter 18, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, and amend the title of Article 9 of Chapter 18, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated. This is relative to prohibiting health insurance companies from canceling or reducing covered benefits for covered patients who enroll in qualified clinical trials. And the last one, Madam Chair, is Bill 30435 Core, introduced by Senator Luis B. Muñoz. This is an act to add a new Article 26 to Part 2, Chapter 12, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated. It's relative to authorizing access and use of experimental treatments for patients with an advanced illness, to establish conditions for use of experimental treatment, to prohibit sanctions of healthcare providers solely for the recommending or providing experimental treatment, to clarify duties of a health insurance with regard to experimental treatment authorized under this act, to prohibit certain actions by public officials, employees, and agents, and to restrict certain cause of actions arising from experimental treatment. This act is known as the Right to Try Acts. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Moylan. I wanted to just revisit and go back to Senator Hernandez Shelton and then I believe Senator Torres on motions before we proceed to motions on resolutions or appointments. So, Senator Shelton, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I move to place onto the agenda Bill number 373-35 COR as substituted, authored by Senator Regine Bisco-Lee, Sabina Flores Perez, Amanda L. Shelton, Mary Camacho Torres, Jill S. San Augustine, Kelly Marsh Titano, Clinton E. Rogel, Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, Jose Pito Terlahi, and William M. Castro. An act to amend Section 54B103 of Chapter 54B, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to banning the sale or distribution of disposable carry-out bags made of paper and biodegradable or compostable plastic, including plastics made from bio-based polymers, by retail and wholesale establishments on Guam.
All right, point of information, the committee report is for the amended bill, not the substituted bill. So are you moving something that hasn't been reported out?
No, she's not. We're not able to do that, Senator Perez. She's moving the bill as reported out by the committee.
Okay, so then it's the amended version.
Okay, so the amended version, I'm reading the title that's from the website. So if it's amended, then amended.
Thank you, Senator Shelton. Do I hear a second on Bill 373 as amended? Seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Thank you, Senator. Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee.
Ongan, por favor.
No discussion.
Oh, I apologize. Senator Terlahi, you're recognized on discussion.
I just wanted to, if you could clarify the amendments that were made by the committee on this bill. Are we expecting a substitute version on the floor, or we're going with the amended version?
So basically integrating council's changes. So there was an incorrect reference to the part of the law. So that was, I believe, the only change that was made in the bill. And in regards to substitute, there'll be no substitute versions from the committee.
All right, thank you.
Any further discussion on 373? I apologize, Senator Terlahi. Seeing or hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Vice Chair Shelton.
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano.
Again.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Rogel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator Jose Pedro Terlaje. Senator Teresa Terlaje.
Again.
Senator Moylan.
Aye.
Senator Torres.
Again.
To the Smasi colleagues, Bill 373 received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Thank you, Senator Shelton. Senator Mary Camacho Torres, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to speak briefly on Bill 312-35 COR. When I read the title of the bill, I indicated that it was as substituted by the committee. In the discussion, perhaps there was some confusion about whether it was going to be further substituted on the floor or not. And I indicated that the bill that we are discussing is the same bill that we had, which was a substituted bill in the November session, and that all amendments that were passed are intact. And essentially it was a continuation of that process. I'm a little disappointed, quite honestly, because I believe that set aside bills do have the prerogative of being continued to be heard on the floor. And if anything, if the decision of the body at the time while we are in session is to not hear the bill or to vote down the bill, then so be it. But I'm still believing that I do have the prerogative to have Bill 312-35 that was set aside in November be re-entertained and picked up where we left off in the December session. Can I please get clarification? Because if it's the action of this body to strike the bill from the agenda, then I think that vote really should occur on the floor, as I understand it normally does, either up or down. But it is an agenda item, and I don't understand that it could be stricken from the agenda at this point. But in any event, if it's a concern about the bill itself, it's just a recontinuation of the bill that we had, which was a substituted bill by the committee. I think when the question of substitution was, I misunderstood as further substitution. I was indicating that no, it was actually what we had in play.
Yeah, Madam Chair, maybe a motion to reconsider the vote.
Yeah, I'm asking for a motion to reconsider because I don't believe that it is proper to strike it from the agenda as a set aside item. By the Rules Committee, if anything, I mean, maybe the whole body can just vote the bill down, but I believe that it was an agenda item that was in play and just set aside. So can we, I move to reconsider the actions of this body with regard
Second.
to.
Yeah, can we get a legal clarification? Because my understanding was that she would still be able to place it on the floor, like we motioned things on the session floor. So could we get a legal clarification to address this?
It's also my understanding that the bill would move forward, based on, our discussions on tradition, just in any opportunity when we set bills aside. And there's also, and that was one of the points that was brought up before this bill was set aside, that it would have another opportunity at the next session date. So we're just going through the motions here in my mind, but it's my understanding that it would still require us to move it in core.
Okay, well, Madam Chair, there's a motion to reconsider, and I second that. Maybe we can do a vote one more time, because if it does come to the floor, I will stand in support of having this bill continue on, and we continue discussing it on the floor. So
Agreed.
I second the motion to reconsider. So
thank you. In the same way that Bills 219 and Bill 400 were reconsidered without any objection. So I just wanted to be able to do that. I think that we can attempt to readdress the motion. There's been a motion by Senator Mary Camacho Torres to add Bill 312 to the agenda. It's been seconded by Senator Joseph Augustine. Senator Therese Terlahi, you're recognized.
Sure, I'm just going to repeat my same question. It just needs to be clarified. In all prior Committee on Rules meetings, we've had an agenda that indicates bills that have been set aside from our agenda, from our session agendas, and we've had to put motions to put them on the floor. So I don't, either way. But however, my issue is just which bill are we moving on, right? Is it the one we're starting from scratch again, the bill as introduced or as amended, or is it as amended on the floor? Which, of course, that's what I wanted clarified, and that's what has not been clarified here right now either.
Yes.
Senator Torres?
And-
Yeah.
Yes, if I may. The bill 312-35 COR is as substituted by the committee. That is the bill that was before the floor. That was what was in discussion in the November session, the substituted 312-35. And I believe that there was one amendment so far that has been made to that bill. So that amendment, whatever action was taken on the bill exists right now. So it's a continuation of where we were at. And and in fact, Madam Chair, I was just expressing that I intend to place. It was taken to a vote, but it was really just an intention to place and a heads up courtesy, as we do all the way. That's why I'm asking to reconsider. If the vote was to get rid of it from the agenda, I'm saying please don't do that. If anything, strike that action and let it proceed on the floor then. Because I believe it's my prerogative as a set aside for it to be continued. If in December, would that be the will of the chair?
Senator Moylan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for clarification, I actually have a bill that's set aside. It is on the agenda item, and it's agenda item number 6, which I set aside in June session. But I have no intent to moving this bill forward. But just pointing out that we do have existing bills on our agenda that were set aside. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So if we could,
Yes.
Senator Teitzman,
And,
yes.
yeah, and I had a question because I know we had set aside the war claims bill, and I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember in core voting to put that on the agenda. So I'm just trying to remember precedents that we've done this term in particular. Does anybody remember if we voted in core to put that one on the session, on the agenda?
I don't know the answer, but if we vote, then that's totally out of what we're talking about, because what we're trying to decide here is that somebody's making a rule that says, whether set asides are automatically on or not. And I do believe you were right, Senator Taitino, that there's a rule regarding this, and I'm just trying to look it up now, or if we could get the legal perspective. Yeah, it should be a very clear rule. What happens to bills on the agenda when we adjourn?
We'll take a brief recess to have this discussed, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes. So AV, if we could just take a brief recess to get further clarification, and then we will return to Dusmasi. Mrs. Mossy, ladies and gentlemen, the Committee on Rules is now back in. When we recessed, there was a motion by Senator Camacho Torres to reconsider the actions of the committee. It was seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Any objections to the reconsideration? Senator Sabina, are you objecting?
I have a point of inquiry. So are we voting on the introduced bill or the?
We're voting on the reconsideration at this point, and then if that moves forward, then we Senator Torres will have the floor to restate her motion.
Okay.
So this is just an opportunity to reconsider.
So, but can I get clarification of what are we reconsidering? Are we reconsidering the vote on the introduced bill or the further amended bill?
Mary, can you just repeat the version that was voted on?
Yeah, so currently the Bill 312 is as substituted by Speaker Munoz-Barnes' committee.
So further question. So does a substituted version include changes that were made on the floor and during the November session?
Mary?
So this is the version reported out by the committee, which is the committee report version. And then I believe Senator Torres could propose another version on the floor if so. But as of right now, this is just the committee report version as substituted.
The initial vote that we had was on the introduced version. So I just want to be really clear about what we were voting on, because the last vote that we had was introduced.
No, actually, the vote that we had is based on the committee report that's available online that we all have in our bill logs. And so that's not the introduced version, Senator Sabina.
I read it as the substituted bill, as substituted by the committee. And that's the bill at play, is the bill as substituted, not the introduced.
Thank you, Senator Torres. So again, this motion by Senator Torres that was seconded by Senator San Augustine is a motion to reconsider the actions of the committee. So do you have any other discussion, Senator Sabina, on that motion?
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. But so just to clarify, the substituted version was the one we initially discussed, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
And then the amendments on the floor were not added to it. Okay.
Yes, and there's an opportunity for the sponsor to, when she's recognized on the floor, if this makes it into the agenda, then she can add her a different version on the floor.
Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you. Any other discussion on the motion to reconsider? Any objection to the motion to reconsider? Any objection? Seeing and hearing none, motion passes. Senator Torres, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move then to place Bill 312-35 COR as substituted by the Committee on Public Accountability and Human Resources in the Guam Buildup, which was introduced by myself and Speaker Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes onto the agenda. This bill was set aside in the November session.
Thank you, Senator. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Amanda Shelton. Any discussion on Bill 312 as substituted by the committee?
Madam Chair, I'd like to ask the author that all the amendments that was made on the floor, could that be included so that it'll indicate and it'll be very clear to all my colleagues that it is a continuation of what was discussed? If Senator Torres can please comment on that one, please.
You were asking if it'll be a continuation of what was discussed?
That's correct, Senator Torres. If it can be, at least be indicated that all the amendments that was being discussed, if when we go to the floor, those will be reviewed, that they were discussed, and if it passed, it passed the amendment. If it didn't pass, then it didn't pass, and then we can continue on from where we left off.
Thank you,
Yes.
Senator Augustine. I just wanted to offer a point of information from our legal bureau. They were mentioning that the cleanest way that members can follow is to place the substituted version without floor amendments onto the floor, so we all are very clear about which version we're placing, and then we can move forward again to revisit some of the conversations and make those amendments on the floor. I hope that's helpful for everybody.
Okay, then, thank you.
Thank you. If no further discussion, there's been a motion by Senator Torres, seconded by Senator Shelton. Director Maravilla, roll call, please. This is on Bill 312 as substituted by the committee.
Correct. Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excused absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excused absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Aye.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rangel, excused absence. Senator San Augustine,
Ungan,
Senator Jose Pietro Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Teresa M. Terlahi,
Pass.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Senator Teresa M. Terlahi,
Pass.
Senator Teresa M. Terlahi,
No.
Sidusmasi colleagues, the motion to place Bill 312 as substituted by the committee received 7 aye votes, 2 nays, motion fails. Senator Torres, any other?
No, thank you.
That being said, colleagues will move on to the motions to place any appointments onto legislative concurrence. Senator Shelton, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I move to place Mr. Frank Areola, his appointment as member of the Guam Community College Board of Trustees onto the agenda.
Do I hear a second? Senator Joe? Oh, Senator Terlahi, second. Any discussion on the nomination or the appointment of Frank Areola for GCC? Seeing or hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Madam Chair, can I interrupt for just a minute? I have a hearing for Bernadette Weeman for the mass transit this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Can I just go ahead and put her on the agenda? On the
Yes,
session?
certainly, Senator Pito. So as soon as we're done with Senator Shelton, you can be next.
Okay, thank you very much.
Senator, or I'm sorry, Mary
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Hungan.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Ungan.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence, Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence, Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Okay.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rigel, excuse absence, Senator San Augustine,
Again,
Senator Jose Pito Chalahi,
Again.
Senator Teresa Chalahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Students, colleagues, the nomination of Frank Ariola for GCC has received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Senator Shelton.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I move to place the nomination of the appointment of Mr. Richard Sablon as member of the Guam Community College Board of Trustees on the session agenda.
Do I hear a second? Second by Senator Therese Terlahi. Any discussion? Seeing or hearing?
Madam Chair, just for purpose of information, looking at the agenda here, you may want to comment if you got the report, only because I don't see their names. I only see 4 appointees on the list. Just want to make sure everybody's good to go. I'm willing to support whoever's nominated. But based on your agenda listing, I have 4. You have Luis Cruz, Scott Shea, and Miss Walkie. So I just want to make sure that there is a committee report on that one that is good to go.
I know the report has been filed. I'm not sure if it's been posted yet, but they have both been filed.
Thank you,
Okay.
Senator San Augustine. This committee report was returned to the committee for revisions, and then it is, yeah, I believe the core review has been completed and it's being filed. If not already online, it should be online today.
Okay, I
it
have no
should be
problem.
filed this afternoon.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Mary.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that we're following the same sheet.
Absolutely.
Could you, what was that? Yeah, it was cut off. Can Mary repeat what she said?
Yes, so the committee report is being returned to the committee, but it should be filed later this afternoon.
So Senator Shelton, if you'd like to hold off and make this motion on the floor, that might be
Sure,
the
no
easiest.
problem.
Sure.
Mhm.
So, any other nominations or appointments?
Yes, for Dr. Matilda Rivera, member of the Guam Public Library Board. I believe it's been filed by Vice Speaker Nelson's office.
Yeah, that's also in core review. Anyone else?
Madam Chair, on the appointment for Bernadette D.
I'm so sorry, Senator Terlahi. Let me just complete Senator Shelton and then I'll call on you next.
That's all for me, Madam Chair. I'll move those two, Mr. Richard Sablon and Dr. Matilda Rivera, on the floor once their committee reports are uploaded to the website.
Noted. Thank you so much. Senator Terlahi, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm having the public hearing for Bernadette D. Weinman at 2
Yes.
o'clock today. So
Yes.
if I can move
On
her
the-
on the,
Yes, on the floor. So once the committee report has been filed, Senator, then we can place that online and we can make that motion on the floor.
okay.
But we'll
Okay.
just note that Bernadette Weinman is on our list of for us to look out for.
Okay.
Any
That's
other nominations at this point, Senator Pito?
No, not at
Okay.
this point.
Thank you so much. Senator Kelly Marsh Taitano, you're recognized.
Assiduous Masi, Madam Chair. I would like to place onto the session agenda the appointment of Christine M. Wolk as a member of the Board of Commissioners for the Higatnya Restoration and Redevelopment Authority. And just to note the tiniest of typos, that there needs to be an O in restoration added in.
There's been a motion by Senator Kelly. Do I hear a second? On Christine Wolf by Senator Therese Terlahi. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes excused absence, Vice Speaker Nelson excused absence, Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rajel excused absence, Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Dismasi colleagues, the nomination of Christine Wolke or Wolk to board, I apologize, Hawaiian Restoration and Redevelopment Authority Board of Commissioners received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Senator Titano, any additional appointments?
Sidus Masi, Madam Chair. I just want to mention, because I don't think it's been filed, but the committee report has been submitted, and it even shows up on our the printout that had been provided, that Robert J. Steffi will be, well, I guess I'll motion it on the floor, but to serve as a member of the Parks and Recreation Commission. So just to provide that awareness.
Thank you.
Sidus Masi.
Senator, thank you. Senator Therese Terlahi, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So one nomination is I move the appointment of Dr. Scott R. Shea to the Guam Board of Medical Examiners be placed on the agenda.
Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Sabina. Dr. Scott Shea, any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes excused absence, Vice Speaker Nelson excused absence, Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rajel excused absence, Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Okay.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
To the Masi colleagues, the motion to place Dr. Scott Shea received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Senator Therese.
Thank you. I move to place the nomination of Dr. Louis G. Cruz to the Guam Board of Medical Examiners on the session agenda.
Second.
Seconded by Senator Sabina. Any discussion on Dr. Louis Cruz? Seeing and hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco-Lee,
Again.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes excused absence, Vice Speaker Nelson excused absence, Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rajel excused absence, Senator San Augustine,
Again.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Again.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
Those Masi colleagues, the nomination of Dr. Louis Cruz Received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Senator Terlahi, I think that exhausts all of those. Did you have any other nominations?
It's been submitted prior to the court deadline, still pending court approval. But to the Guam Ancestral Lands, I would like that to be on the agenda. If that gets approved by CORE or uploaded.
I apologize. Can you repeat the name?
Ronald T. Laguatnia to the Guam Ancestral Lands Commission.
Okay, yes, that was received on Thursday, December 3rd. So unfortunately, it did not meet the core deadline.
Oh, okay, so yeah, all right. So I will probably be making a motion for that on the floor, as well as the yeah, we have another nominee that the report is being processed. It's Angela Therese Santos Perez to the Chamorro Land Trust Commission.
Okay,
so just
duly,
thank you.
so Ron and Angela. Okay. Any other member wish to be heard on nominations? Senator Sabina, you're recognized.
I'm sorry, not for nominations, on a different.
On nominations, any other member wish to be heard? Okay, seeing or hearing none. On resolutions to be added. Any member wish to be heard? Hold on 1 second, let me just close this.
Madam Chair, there's two resolutions that are listed there. Is anybody going to introduce it? If not, I'll introduce it. It's for the speaker.
I believe she was attempting to move those possibly on the floor, Senator San Augustine, so.
Okay, so we'll save it for the floor then, not a problem.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just not sure.
But Madam Chair, I'd like to make a comment since we wrapped up already nomination, everything is that I ask that if CORE could please, when we list the bills, if any of the bills have appropriation issues, that they be in some way grouped together so that when I call BBMR and OFB and everybody, they follow one right after the other, not just one bill and then another day we're gonna call them up. If we can group them all and it just adds a flow.
Okay,
So we can keep them all online and we just keep it going. Okay, thank you.
As a motion, and we can
Yes,
have legal
please.
and our clerks help us to make that organization. Any second on that motion to kind of group everything together so we can, okay, seconded by Senator Moylan. Any discussion on that motion? To try to have all of the potential committee of the whole bills grouped together on our session agenda. Okay, any objection to that motion? Seeing or hearing none, motion carries. So we went through the motion to place appointments, resolutions, with the placement of the bills and the resolutions in the second reading file and these appointments under the legislative concurrence. Is there a motion to adopt the session agenda? On the motion to adopt, Senator Shelton, seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Any discussion?
Yeah,
Senator.
Sorry. I just want to make sure that
Senator Taitano, I recognize Senator Therese first, so let me have her, and then I'll.
Sorry, I thought you were recognizing me.
Sorry, Senator Therese, I think you might be frozen.
Okay, I'll yield. Yeah.
Okay, Senator.
Yeah, so I apologize. I may have missed part of Senator Joe's motion, so I just want to understand. So I support the grouping of them together. That makes sense. But was there any part of that motion as to where in the agenda they're placed?
No.
Okay, so yeah. Is there a certain formula that CORE follows, or can I motion to have them considered last?
We usually follow, I'm sorry, Actually, Mary, can you speak to that when they're placed on the session agenda, the order of the bills?
Yes. For the session agenda, it's usually listed numerically. Yes.
So once we get to the first bill in that grouping, we're going to try to have all of those bills heard while we're still in committee of the whole and while those people are still available to us, to just increase efficiency and you know, give them also an opportunity to participate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I support having them clustered. Do we know where in the agenda at this point, like how early it would happen? And the reason I bring that up is, in my observation for the sessions, at the beginning, it feels like we have all the time in the world. And then towards the end, you know, and especially this time, there's perhaps going to be a hard end. And so if we started off at the beginning, my concern is I want everything to be thought through as thoughtfully as possible and to have as much discussion as is appropriate for true discernment. But I'm just worried that if we have the committee of the whole ones early on, we will feel like we have all the time in the world, and then, you know, numerous bills may have to just be dropped off at the end. Whereas we might get through, well, if we're going numerically, at least the ones that are maybe more straightforward and cut and dry, just so that we have those underway, and that we are very mindful when we get to the committee of the whole ones that we have a tight deadline, and we're just more mindful of that at that point, and it will hit us differently and tailor our actions, I think, at this point. So if I could ask if Mary has any understanding how early this would happen if we just go numerically?
We don't, Senator Marsh. You know, it's really difficult for us to tell, and it's not necessarily Mary's role to be able to figure out how the discussion on each of the bills. It's kind of up to the presiding officer. So.
Right. Well, you mentioned numerically, so I thought numerically she might have an indication, but I do think it's an important point, and that, you know, I do motion that they are heard later rather than sooner into the session, because December 16th, I believe, is our cutoff.
Yes, duly noted. You're recognized.
Well, I don't know if we should act on the motion, but I agree, because we have, well, the bills that we have that are money related looks like Bill 353 in numerical order. That's the first one. And then 368, which is the tax stamp. It's not officially on the agenda. I take that back. That's not officially on. So 353, 396, 400, and 415. Those are the money related bills. I think two of these are mine, because the GVB rainy day and the hot bond. So I don't mind those being clustered, but yeah, as to being put to the back of the agenda, you know, I'm not sure about that. I would also like to make a motion regarding the agenda that every senator gets, you know, in the order that they made their motions today. One bill goes first on the agenda, and then the second round of bills goes, you know, after that on the agenda, just so that they all get a fair shot at getting these bills passed in time for the deadline that we are all concerned about, which is the deadline to get it to the governor in order that we can override a veto if they are vetoed. Otherwise, and then we can continue to hear bills after that. You know,
thank you. Senator Terlahi, on that motion, there's been a motion by Senator Terlahi. Any second?
Sorry, there is a motion before me though. Yeah, but
it was accepted, and then we were on, I apologize. I think we were on discussion of Senator San Augustine's motion, and that was discussion. So let's go back to Senator San Augustine's motion. And
no,
then,
as a matter of fact, Madam Chair, that motion already passed. All Senator Kelly Marsh wanted was an explanation of where it may be placed. And I agree with Senator Therese. When we're talking about appropriation, my colleagues, number one, when we go to the floor, por favor, be prepared. Okay? You know what the bills are. be prepared because Senator Teresa's bill that deals in money, we need to address this right away. Money deals in public health, we need to address this immediately. So we just move on from there, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. While I would agree with Senator Terlahi, the previous motion that we made from Senator San Augustine makes that a challenge because your two bills, Senator Teresa, have been grouped together. And so you would have your two bills heard together as opposed to the single bill priority that you're proposing. So how would you, it's difficult to do both.
That's true. I'm just trying to find a fair way for everybody to get their bills done. And so they don't feel at the end of the session like we prioritize certain people over the others. I don't mind if we're going to do the fiscal bills, put one of mine and then put the other one at the end of the fiscal bills. But yeah.
Yeah, so it would make it complicated if we move forward with that motion. I apologize. I just wanted to clarify for the record. I just want to confirm that for motions to pass in the Committee on Rules, we only need an affirmative of the majority. So we reached an affirmative of the majority with Bill 312 as substituted on that last pass. So Bill 312 as substituted received 7 ayes and 2 nays. So Bill 312 is adopted by the Committee on Rules and will be placed on to the session agenda. And I thank our legal bureau for clarifying that. I apologize for the error. If no other discussion, I just wanted to
roll up at another meeting and the speaker, exclaimed that, no, it's always 8, it's always 8. But I agree, it should be majority. So if there is can we consider my motion, notwithstanding Senator San Augustine's motion, though, that only one bill per senator, and be grouped together, and then
Senator Terlahi, your two bills would be heard simultaneously and not grouped together. So there's a benefit.
Suggesting make an exception for that or do something else, but yeah, not let that be, the impediment to my motion. Yeah,
so sure. An exception for your two bills, but everybody else only gets one.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm willing to follow this motion that I am making as a rule. And so it would be an exception to Senator Joe that we put all the fiscal together. We do one round of fiscal and then we do a second round of fiscal if that's how it works out.
But that's the whole point of Senator Joe's motion, was to have all of those bills kind of heard together in a block so that we can get the folks from DOA and BBMR in there one shot, hear all of those bills in committee as a whole, and then continue to move.
I understand. I'm just saying this is, not that difficult, and it shouldn't. I'm suggesting that it's either that or, you're ignoring my motion, which will allow, on
Senator Teresa Terlahi's motion, do I hear a second?
Sorry, just a clarification, just to get some clarity on the motion. So I guess what we're doing is we're going to combine all the fiscal bills. So, and then outside of that, we're going to have senators' bills heard individually for each round. Is that correct?
I'm attempting to recognize the motion and have a second so that we can move to discussion similar to this, Senator Paris. So are you seconding Senator Terlahi's motion?
I wanted a point of information, basically.
Yes, but we can discuss that after it's been seconded.
Can you please repeat the motion?
Yeah, I need clarity on the motion, really. And if Senator Terlahi can explain how that's going to connect with the motion that we previously agreed to. So how would it work if I can get clarity on that?
All right. So first of all, we've got 1, 2, 3, only 4 fiscally fiscal bills on the agenda right now. However, we've heard about others that might be placed on the agenda. So what I'm envisioning is that we have an agenda where, you know, we hear one bill from each senator that's as we've approved today. We go down that list. In the end of that, that's fine. If we put them at the end, we hear one fiscal bill, or, you know, or we hear the fiscal bills. And if, for example, I haven't had a bill yet, that's where my first bill is going to end up in the fiscal side. And you don't have to put both, is what I'm saying. You can do that in the second round. So we have a second round of, you know, each senator's bills and then the fiscal bills at the end. And it sounds complex, but it's actually very simple. It's, you know, I've seen this done in past legislatures where they just, you know, did different types of arrangements of the bills. And
Okay.
I'm only suggesting this because we have a deadline that is very real. And so that would require the senators also to, you know, be very, to make the priorities. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for the clarification. So on the Terlahi motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Senator Sabina. Any discussion?
All right, Madam Chair, I recommend that, as Senator Therese mentioned, we have bills that are already on the agenda, okay? So colleagues, let's just understand that. Don't debate that. What once core lists those and they group them, that's the first round. Anything else that's added on the floor, that'll be the last round. And that's how it should be treated. Because it's already on the agenda, core is gonna put the agenda together. That's solid, that's grouped. Anything else added on as we introduce on the floor would be at the tail end. And we'll live with it. Okay, and that's how I want to support her motion, but I want to make sure that everybody understands that.
Any other discussion on Senator Terlahi's motion? Seeing and hearing none, any opposition or any objections to Senator Therese's motion?
If I could just clarify, so yeah.
Senator
So what,
Therese, I apologize. We're going on almost 2.5 hours for this Committee on Rules meeting, so I think we can make it work. So if you've already had an opportunity to speak on the motion, so if we can just call for the vote and move forward, I think it would be helpful. Any objection to Senator Therese Terlahi's motion? Seeing and hearing none, motion carries. Senator Therese, you're recognized.
that's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. And so just moving forward with, Mary, can you clarify if we adopted the session agenda or if we need to go back to that motion? On the motion to adopt?
We were about to, Senator, and then
Let me
we
just
started that portion with the grouping.
Thank you. With the placement of these bills and resolutions in the second reading file and these appointments under legislative concurrence, is there a motion to adopt the session agenda to include the motions of Senator San Augustine and Senator Therese Terlahi in terms of the grouping? Is that a second, Senator Shelton? Second by a motion by Senator Shelton, seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Director Maravilla, roll call, please.
Chair Bisco Lee,
Ongan, por favor.
Vice Chair Shelton,
Again.
Speaker Barnes, excuse absence. Vice Speaker Nelson, excuse absence. Senator Marsh Titano,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Again.
Senator Rigel, excuse absence. Senator San Augustine,
Ungan, por favor.
Senator Jose Pito Terlahi,
Por favor.
Senator Therese M. Terlahi,
Okay.
Senator Moylan,
Aye.
Senator Torres,
Again.
To the Smalsey colleagues, the motion received 9 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. In accordance with the standing rules, the agenda will be published within the next 24 hours. Now we'll move on to the extension of remarks. The floor is open for further discussion. Senator Sabina Paris, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just I would like to make a recommendation to have the website corrected, because I know there's a substitute bill for Bill 373, and the bill that's on the floor is the amended bill, so that could be amended on the website.
As reported out.
As reported out, yes.
Thank you,
I will
Senator.
have that fixed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
other member wish to be heard?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Senator Augustine.
a motion to adjourn.
Oh, I apologize.
Just-
I just wanted to, prior to us closing and prior to adjournment, I just wanted to take a moment, as this is our last Committee on Rules meeting of the term and of the year. I just wanted to take an opportunity to really thank our central team, our clerk, Renee Meno and her team, Sidus Maasi, to Anna, Stacy, Eva, our legal bureau, and especially our core team, Mr. Christian Valencia, Ms. Stephanie Lorenzo, and our dedicated and brilliant core director, Ms. Mary Maravilla, who works so hard. Sidus Maasi, to all of you for your dedication to our branch and to the people of Guam. We really want to thank you. We're not able to do all of our work without all of you and your dedication to our mission. So thank you very, very much. Thank you, Ryan, and our AV team who are here as well. Senator San Augustine, you're recognized.
Yes, and Madam Chair, yes, and thank you to all the folks on the Committee of Rules. Thank you for your hard work. You know, I really appreciate it. And may God bless you all and Merry Christmas. But the Committee on Rules, I motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection to the adjournment? Seeing or hearing none. Sidus Maasi, everyone. Let me just make sure we're reading this. Thank you for your attendance and your participation at today's meeting. The time is now 1:24 p.m. and this virtual Committee on Rules meeting is adjourned. Sidus Maasi and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
And thank you, Madam Chair. Also, we didn't thank you for presiding.
Thank you. Adios.